Hi everybody, it's James here from The Anvil. Hope you're all doing really well. This is just a quick reaction video to some rather important and quite significant news in terms of West Ham's potential new ownership. Lots of people already know a lot about this. I was going to record a video earlier on today, but I was really busy this afternoon. I had to run a few errands. I've been quite busy this evening. I'm only really getting to record this late at night anyway, but I wanted to get this done nonetheless. Evening Standard has reported that new West Ham shareholder Daniel Kretinsky is apparently now well in to buy West Ham United Football Club because he's agreed an option to buy the club. This is quite important news and something that had been predicted for quite some time, because after he secured the 27% sharehold, there was a suggestion that he would go on to buy the football club, which was valued at around £700 million, as stated in a previous video on this channel. David Sullivan also has valued the club at around that price, but was reluctant to sell it in the past. He's got an option, does Kretinsky, to acquire the shares from David Gold and David Sullivan. Both of them have lowered their percentage in share by a lot, to the point where no member of the West Ham United board now has a 50% control. 1890s Holdings is the holding company that Kretinsky used to purchase his stake. He's put in writing of his intentions to buy the club, I believe. And having it in writing is quite an important thing, because it means there's no one person's word against the other, and it makes everything more formal. And if this does actually come into some kind of fruition, Sullivan will have the right to sell his shares to Kretinsky at a price that can be agreed and fixed. And Kretinsky also holds an option now to buy all of Sullivan's shares in the club. I'll try and explain what this means in layman terms. David Gold and David Sullivan have been at West Ham United since 2010, with David Sullivan being the majority shareholder because he had the 50% hold over the club. He was investing the most money into the club, if you want to put it that way. Now that Kretinsky's come into the club, it means that Gold and Sullivan's percentage of share has been significantly decreased. And what that means is that David Sullivan has actually lost 11.1% of his share as a result of Kretinsky's involvement. Now, having Kretinsky on at the club is a big thing, because it's a better and more realistic option, shall we say, than what Pi Capital offered. Pi Capital wasn't really interested in developing the club. Kretinsky is interested in developing the club. And if you've read his interview with the Evening Standard as well, and what he said about his plans for West Ham, he's given some really honest opinions on the club and honest intentions. He has admitted that we're not going to spend big in January. That's a video for another day as to what he said in the article. This is more about the news that he wants to buy the club, of course. But Kretinsky's got a big role now at the club, because he's worth around, I believe it's $4 billion US dollars, isn't it? It's like it's between 3 to 4 billion pound sterling is his net worth, and that's enough, obviously, to buy West Ham, of course. Don't forget, he's a majority shareholder in Sparta Prague as well. And, he knows a thing or two about owning a football club. He's got enough experience to do so. If the option for this is triggered, the club's owners do have to take a really massive step back in terms of their shares and have to give them over. And what it could mean is that he does end up buying the club, does Kretinsky, possibly before March 2023. Everyone talks about 2023 as the magic year where the owners, I'm trying to think how I word this, the owners, it's the earliest convenience where they will be allowed to sell the club without having to pay off anything. And if it does happen before 2023, David Gold and David Sullivan would have to pay money off and have to clear off some of the debt as well. And with David Sullivan being a penny pincher, he's not going to want to do that, really. But there's a lot of financial financial activity that's got to go on before Kretinsky can seize control of the club. But the news that he's agreed to buy the club as a whole is actually major. It shows West Ham's moving quickly here. Kretinsky's not going to mess about. He's got major financial power in major British companies like Royal Mail and Sainsbury's. He's got shareholders in American industry. He's got a sharehold in France. He's a big business tycoon in the Czech Republic. Let's not forget. He's not here to mess around. Kretinsky's seen the club for what it is and seen the progress that it's made under David Moyes, the fan base, the stadium, the potential for growth in the future. He sees that. He wants to act on it. And I think he's looking really for the long term here. And that's obvious. I mean, he has become a major part of this club now. And the money that he's going to invest is hopefully going to take West Ham to that promised land that Gold and Sullivan had promised many years ago. It seems like the 10 years of Gold and Sullivan, what they should have done in those 10 years, Kretinsky's going to do it in maybe, say, 2 or 3 years. He's going to do it way quicker. And if the club actually is sold for more than £3 million, Gold and Sullivan have also got to pay financial penalties. They've got to pay money, which they're going to be reluctant to do. And Kretinsky's investment, which is about £180 million, is now like a down deposit to get his foot in the door here. Gold and Sullivan have got a really difficult decision to make because they're going to take a huge financial cut if this goes through. I want Kretinsky actually to take full control of the club because I'm interested to see what he can do. I know Sparta Prague fans have said a few things about him being good and bad, but I want to see for myself what he can do. And hopefully he can actually propel the club into doing something good in the future, moving forward. So him actually reportedly agreeing this deal to buy the club, like I say, it's fantastic news. It's big news. It shows we're going to have a change of life at West Ham. Whether it means we end up doing a Czech invasion like Wolves did a Portuguese invasion, I don't know. But we found loads of Czech diamonds in the rough, so Kretinsky's probably going to get loads more in, and probably a certain Adam Plozek could end up coming to West Ham. So the future would look bright, actually. He can buy Gold and Sullivan shares at a set price. He's got the 27% stake in the club. He's got a foot firmly in the door to buy the club. He's got the funds to buy West Ham United. But the downside is he might have to cut his ties with Sparta Prague or decrease his share in Sparta Prague, because I think UEFA regulations prohibit an owner of I think it's like the majority owner of a club from owning 2 European sides at the same time. So if Sparta Prague and West Ham were both in Europe, one would have to drop out. Unless Kretinsky was going to cut his share at Sparta, but that remains to be seen for the future. Either way, this is really good news. Everyone should be quite satisfied with this, and I would like to see what Kretinsky can bring to West Ham, because he seems to understand the club. He's a footballing guy. He's got enough expertise in the business field, the law and finance to really make something of a new project at West Ham United. It's exciting news, and I want to see what comes of it in the next few days. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked the video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more content. Hope I tried to explain what this means financially in the video, because I'm still trying to wrap my head around it, but things might be made a bit clearer in the coming weeks or even months should this progress. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care, everybody, and I will see you all soon.